A choice to change your body over the next 30 minutes. Let's do that with some non-stop, high-intensity interval training. Hi, I'm Preston. Let's get right into it with a warm-up. Big shoulder rolls to the back. Of course, you could skip over the warm-up. Just click on the first exercise in the description. Let's reverse the shoulder rolls to the other direction. All you'll need is a mat and some water. This is non-stop HIIT, so there's no rest breaks. Although there's a pause button that you can use at any time to take a rest break if you need to. That's my live heart rate on the screen. Let's reach side to side, pivot on the back foot, and then let's reach up towards the corners of the room. And we'll do 3, 2, and 1. Let's do some good morning stretches, even though it's the afternoon. Why not? Let's place the fists next to the temple. Engage your abs. Hinge forward at your hips with a nice flat back, and then push through your butt to come back up to standing. We'll do that 2 more times. And then last one. Very good, very good. Next, let's do some squats, shall we? We'll start with our feet hip distance apart. We'll start off with some small squats, and each squat go a little bit deeper. And then in 2 more, we'll be in our deepest squat of our life, and we'll hold that for 3, 2, and 1. Let's walk out to a plank. Hold the plank for a second. Then reach your right foot outside of your right hand. Raise your right arm up to the sky. And then thread it underneath the left for 3, 2, and last one. Place your right hand back on the mat. The right foot steps back to plank. The left foot comes outside the left hand. Then twist your arm open up to the sky. And thread it underneath for 3, 2, and last one. Awesome. Place everything back to center. Walk your hands back to your feet. Slowly roll it up. A quick recap. We're doing non-stop, high-intensity interval training today. Take any rest breaks that you need. We'll end the warm-up with 10 seconds of jumping jacks. And then get right into it. Here we go. Let's do the jumping jacks. Minimize that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right into the first exercise, bent leg donkey kicks. So what we'll do is we'll come down to all fours. We'll lift our knees a couple of inches off the mat, and then with bent legs, one at a time, we'll kick our heel up to the ceiling. So you want to keep your hips low, but you want to raise your foot up to the ceiling. So imagine you're trying to step on the ceiling with that bent leg. We're alternating the legs, keeping the butt low. Bent leg donkey kicks. Nice work. Up next, plank with butt kicks. So we'll go back into that plank form, straight arm plank. Make sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders, and you're squeezing your butt and you're squeezing your abs, and your butt is in line with your shoulders. And then try and lift one leg up at a time and get those heels to try and touch your butt. So you're holding a plank, you're lifting one leg up, trying to kick yourself in the butt, and then putting that leg back down. You can't really do these on your knees at all, because then how are you going to kick your butt? Jumping skater squat. So we'll come to the side or the edge of the mat, jump over to the other side, land nice and low in the skater, side to side. And then when you have that, you could pick up the pace Be sure to balance on one foot. So we're always just on that one foot. We're hopping up high and we're landing nice and low, nice and softly to be a good neighbor. 13 more seconds. And then we'll get into 2 squats with the lateral lunge. We'll do alternating lateral lunges. So come to the center of your mat. Squat once, come up, squat another time, come up, lateral lunge out to one side, back to center. So your feet are hip distance apart. For the squat, you're getting your butt nice and low, and then you're lunging out to the other side, sticking that butt back in the imaginary chair. I'll show you from the side view here. 2 deep squats. Then you come up to standing, lunge out to one side with your butt sitting back in that imaginary chair. Then you come back to center and then do the other side. And that's it for that. 1 burpee with 2 star jumps. What a crazy exercise. So you hop up, hop out into a burpee, hop back in, and then you do 2 star jumps, which are basically exaggerated jumping jacks. So from the front it looks like this, 2 star jumps, and then you hop back out, chest to the mat, hop back in, 2 star jumps. You could take the hop out and step out. You could also do a half burpee, holding that plank for a second. And you can also step out for the star jumps. All right, up next, 3 skaters, 6 high knees. So we start at one edge of our mat. We skate 1, 2, 3, then we stop, 6 high knees. And then you skate 3 times. When you do the high knees, try and get your knees as high as your belly button, above your waist. If you're not doing the high knees, you can do big marches in place. Just try and get those knees up as high as you can. For the skaters, remember we're landing softly and low to the mat. All right, knee, toe taps. Let's do 1, 2, and 1, 2. So fast it looks like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's kind of like 2 high knees, 2 hacky sacks. Or if you're not doing that jumping, you could just raise your knees up, nice and slow. Otherwise, try and keep the fast movement with your feet leaving the ground, slapping your knees, slapping your toes. All right, Hindu push-up. Hindu push-up, you start in a downward facing dog. So first let's walk out to a plank, lift our hips up to the sky, and then we snake our body through close to the mat into like a high cobra. That's a Hindu push-up. So back to the downward facing dog, snake your body through, and then drop your pelvis to the mat, look up, and back up to the downward facing dog. Heels up, nice and slow through that movement. You could do standard push-ups here if you want, but please try a few Hindu push-ups because they're lots of fun. Power slams. Pick up something, maybe light, maybe like a pillow, maybe like your favorite pet. Slam it down to the mat, pick it up, slam it down, keep it going. You could also use no object, just pretend you had something about 5 pounds or so in your hands. You end in a low squat, and then you hop right back up. Ten more seconds here. You can take the hop out, just slam it down. Just make sure you end in that low squat and then push through your hips on the way up. 3 crunches with 4 bicycles. Come down to the mat. Legs in the tabletop. 3 crunches, hands behind the head. Elbows nice and wide. Then 4 bicycles, armpit to opposite knee. You could do these nice and slowly to ensure you have maximum core activation. Focus on keeping your lower back in the mat, trying to get those armpits to touch your opposite knee. Keep your elbows nice and wide and all that good stuff. All right, chair pose. Chair pose. Come up to standing. Either have your feet hip distance apart or legs are glued together. You sit back in an imaginary chair while you raise your arms up next to your ears. You engage your abs. Keep breathing. You turn your body into a chair, or you're sitting in an imaginary chair. I like to think of my body as a chair so I don't move at all. But if you need to come out, you just come up to standing for a second or two and then right back into that chair pose. Try and get a little bit deeper as the time goes on. Oh, and we're done with that one. Bear hold with a reach. Come down to all fours. Lift your knees a couple inches off the mat. You can shift your weight back towards your heels or keep your weight forward. And we're going to reach one arm out at a time next to the ears. The goal here is to keep your butt as low as your shoulders. The goal here is to have a nice flat back. The goal here is to engage your abs. And when you extend your arms out, your torso and your back stay nice and level. That makes your core work even harder. All right. This one is not easy today. Press jacks. So you press out cheerleader style. You hop out, hop in, pressing up at a diagonal. Let's try and do it to the beat of the music. The fake Dua Lipa. You're cheering. The fake Dua Lipa is about to come on stage. You're getting all hyped up, pressing out. Big range of motion. And nice work. All right. Fast feet with side steps. So first you start up your fast feet, and then you side step over to the other end of the mat. And you just keep on doing that until your heart rate is the highest it's ever been, but you still are within a safe range. I forgot the mathematical equation, but it's something like you take your age and then you subtract something from it. 212 or something? I don't know. But you don't stop the fast feet. You don't stop the side steps. You keep it going. All right, up next is something similar called a Euro step. So we shuffle to one side using our hands and our feet, and then we hold the balance on one foot at the edge of our mat. Football move, basketball move, European move. I've seen a lot of different variations of this. I wonder which one is the most accurate. But this version works really well indoors in a small space. It gets your heart rate up. Mine's at 165. We are halfway done with the entire routine. Congratulations. 8 mountain climbers with a hop up. You walk out to a plank, drive your knees in 8 times, 8 mountain climbers, hop your feet in, little hop up to the sky, back out, right into those mountain climbers. If you're not hopping, you can step your feet in, reach up towards the sky, and then walk back out again, driving your knees in nice and slow. If you don't want to be horizontal, you can remain vertical and just do knee drives with your hands up in the air. Nice work. All right, broad jump with a shuffle back. So we're going to start at the back of the mat. Big broad jump to the front. Land nice and softly. Shuffle back to the back of the mat. And then we do it all over again. Again, if you're not jumping, try and take a big step to the front. Squat down low, and then stay low as you shuffle back. Friendly reminder that you can chat with me while we work out. If you open up that chat box on whatever platform you're watching on, I supposedly will see it, and if I see it, I'll respond with a witty reply or some solid fitness advice. Body soft. Walk out to a plank, a forearm plank, and we're going to squeeze our abs, squeeze our butt, and then use our toes curled under to propel ourselves forward, and then use our forearms to rock ourselves backwards. However, even though those body parts are doing it, I want you to focus on all of those muscles from your shoulders to your waist, engaged really hard. Shoulders to your butt. Squeeze your butt, squeeze your abs. Squeeze them even harder. Touchdowns. Right into some more cardio work. Feet together. You hop out. You reach down to the mat. And then you alternate hands. Like we are just doing a whole bunch of touchdowns at the Super Bowl. We're practicing for that moment when we get our first touchdown at our Super Bowl. We'll be ready to do the touchdown dance. And we'll be able to do it like 100 times because our cardiovascular system is top notch and nothing can tire us out. Frog stand. Show you from the front. Sumo squat, nice and low. Lock your elbows into your knees. Walk your weight forward. Then you balance, pushing forward until your feet lift off the mat, and you just hold that. Side view here. Sumo squat, you lock your elbows into your knees, walk your hands forward, shift your weight forward, your knees lift off the mat, your feet lift off the mat, and then you just hold that balance. And then from here, you can go into a handstand, but I definitely cannot do that. Inchworm. You reach up, you inch your way down, inch your way out, hold a straight arm plank for a second, and then inch your way back to your feet. Slowly roll it up, reach up nice and tall, walk out nice and slow, hold the plank for a second. This is kind of like our rest move in this routine because we're not jumping around like a madman, like a mad woman. Last 10 seconds, and then we'll do a little bit more cardio. Punching non-stop, coming up. All right. Punching over, so left, right, and then punching under, left, right. So you're punching a hole in your side walls, and then you're punching your big toes. When you throw your punches to the side walls, try and pivot on the back foot so you can get a nice big twist. And then when you reach for your toes, kind of shift your butt back a little bit. Keep your back nice and flat. You don't have to reach for your toes. You could just punch left and right, or you can just punch straight forward at your TV, at your laptop, whatever you're watching on. Running in place. So let's start up a nice run. Get that heart rate even higher. We'll pick up the pace a little bit here. Get your arms involved, get your hands involved. Halfway through the run, let's pick it up to 75% of your fastest running you can do. All right, let's go up to 100%, even faster than you were just going. Push yourself. In the last 3, let's even go faster. And surrenders. Come down to kneeling. Come down to kneeling. From kneeling, you put one foot on the ground, then the other foot on the ground. Stay nice and low into that squat. Then alternate opposite foot, opposite knee. So we're transitioning from kneeling to squatting using opposite feet each time. It's okay if you don't do that. Just keep moving. If you need to come out of it, come up. Big hip thrust, stand for a second, then right back down until you're into your surrenders. 10 more seconds. Keep it going until the timer goes off. All right, nice work. Crab walk. Crab walk. Feet on the mat, knees bent, hands behind your butt. Lift your hips up to the sky, and then keep them that high. And then walk your walk your body back to the back of your mat. Take a second, lift your hips up even higher, and then hold that. Walk to the front of the mat. At the front of the mat, lift your hips up. Walk to the back. 15 more seconds.
I like the dance and it looks like this. I like the dance and it looks like this.
2 and 1. All right, 2 rear heel taps into a burpee. How fun. So we're going to hop up, tap our heels twice, and then right into a burpee. Hop up, hop out, down to the mat. Option here to do 2 butt kicks. Reach up, step out, chest to the mat or not, step back in. Or, if you have it in you, 2 heel taps right into a burpee. Carioca. We're doing all of the shuffling moves today. Start up your fast feet. Start up twisting your hips. Twist over to one side. And then you twist over to the other side. Try and keep those hips fast. Even if you're tired, really push yourself to keep up the speed, the twist, the fun, the growth. 15 more seconds. I'm staying on the balls of my feet the entire time. No heels at all. Tricep dips. Tricep dips. You come down to the mat. Feet on the mat, knees bent, hands behind your hips. Start with your hips on the mat, elbows slightly bent. Push into your hands. straighten your elbows. Your hips come a couple of inches off the mat. Then bend your elbows, lower them down. As soon as your hips touch the mat, you're pressing into your palms to straighten your elbows, focusing on the tricep, the muscle in the back of your arm. Keep that going. I'm going to grab some water. 10 more seconds. You should take a rest break whenever you need. Excellent. I have my water. Now it's time to broad jump forward. And then you turn to the side, shuffle side. Broad jump forward, turn to the side, shuffle side. For the shuffle, try and stay low. Stay low the entire time. We have this exercise and a core exercise, and then we are done. Hallelujah. Even though it feels like 38 degrees outside, it is heating up in here. All right, reverse crunch, last exercise before the cool down. Torso on the mat, legs up to the sky, hands down next to your side. Small little crunches backwards so your abs are lifting your legs up just a few inches. Your lower back just comes off the floor a few inches. And then you use your abs to lower your legs so you don't let the momentum do it for you. You do this with your core, with your abs, and that's it. Cool down time. Cool down music activated. All right. Bring your knees into tabletop and then take your right ankle over your left thigh. Grab behind your left thigh. Pull in your thigh towards your nose. Figure 4 stretch for the right side. Great job today. That was a hard one for sure. Left ankle over right knee. Pull in your right thigh. A big shout out to the 70 people that come back every day to exercise and better themselves. Let's see, what else can we do? Bring your knees into your chest. Gently pull your knees apart, rock side to side. Hopefully your breathing is slowing down a little bit. And you're feeling good. Feeling tired yet energized. Let's rock up to sit up. We'll come to kneeling and then we'll take our right foot forward. Right knee's bent. You ting the arms up to the sky, then to prayer position. Take your left elbow outside of your right knee. Twist over to the right. Take your right hand over your left hip. And look over your right shoulder. Come back to center. Right knee back down, left foot forward. Arms up to the sky, then prayer position, then right elbow outside of left knee. And then your left hand comes around your right hip. And then back to center. Back to kneeling. 1 cat. 1 cow. Then raise your hips up to the sky for a downward facing dog. Pedal your feet out for a nice calf stretch. Walk your hands back to your feet. Let's grab our elbows and just hang there for a second. Maybe shake your head yes and no. And then let your hands fall to the floor and we'll roll it up in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll take 1 gigantic breath in. And exhale. And there you go. That was it. That was 30 minutes of high intensity interval training. No rest breaks. No repeating any exercise. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had fun. If you liked this, please watch one of the hundreds of other videos on the channel. We do something different every day at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope to see you soon. Bye now.